That breaking news is in Ferguson. At this hour, you're looking live at Powerhouse Sky Zoom 4, where we have been following protesters as they move through the city of Ferguson, protesting the death of George Floyd while in custody of Minneapolis police. That happened on Monday. So far, all quite peaceful. Here you see them gathered outside Ferguson Police Department, an incredibly large crowd there.
But it's not peaceful elsewhere. On the left is a live picture from Minneapolis tonight. The curfew is in place, but rioters are out on the streets clashing with police. And then on the right hand of your screen is video from just about 30 minutes ago in Ferguson, where protesters blocked the intersection at Airport and North Florissant Road. And in the last half hour, News 4 confirming that Missouri Governor Mike Parson has activated the National Guard to help local police departments keep control if needed.
Large crowds to keep under control. Chicago tonight, another city being rocked and shocked by protest. A news helicopter hovering tonight as protesters bashed an SUV before, as you see there, it flipped over and then they all scurried away as police moved in.
The streets of Seattle becoming chaotic tonight with cars being torched and stores busted into. Late tonight, the National Guard was called in to wrangle and protect.
And closer to home, businesses preparing for the worst tonight in Kansas City's famous PLAZA. Businesses are closed. Windows and doors, as you see here, have been boarded up to prevent damage from whatever may happen before this night ends. We do want to thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Samantha Jones.
And I'm Corey Stark. We have team coverage of the protests tonight. We start with our Ashley Lincoln in Ferguson. Ashley, I talked to Ferguson Mayor James Knowles a bit ago, who says he's hoping for a peaceful night. Is that the case right now?
That is the case for everybody, Corey. I can tell you in the last 30 minutes, however, an additional 100 to 200 people have joined this crowd that you see on your screen right now. Organizers were on their bullhorns. The organizers that created the peaceful protest that we saw earlier today, they told us that their demonstration has ended for the night. They were leaving, and anyone who wanted to stay, they can stay, but they made it clear that they are not a part of that group. Now, what you're looking at, this group is right in front of the fire station. It sits directly from the police department, and officers have been on standby, pretty much letting the protesters protest, but they are on standby if things do get unruly tonight. Chants demanding change were echoed through St. Louis Saturday evening.
This is what democracy looks like.
We need to do something about this. They got to stop killing us.
Thousands descended on downtown Clayton, holding signs and demanding justice for the killing of George Floyd, an unarmed black man who died at the hands of a Minneapolis police officer on Memorial Day.
It's not going to change until people are willing to come out here and make it change.
Organizers peacefully led a crowd of nearly 2,000 from Clayton to the Del Mar Loop, closing intersections and shutting down Forest Park Parkway.
Any moment, I could hear that they killed my son. I have a grandson. I have a grandson. And they are still killing us. This got to stop.
Protesters say they're not only protesting for George Floyd, but they're demanding a change regarding injustices towards black people from police. Later in the evening, protesters went to Ferguson, where Mike Brown was killed. In a show of solidarity, the Ferguson police chief and other top brass marched alongside protesters.
Every other form of protest, inaction, or other activism has failed up until this point.
How many more of us have to die before you have enough information to say that, well, yeah, the justice system is foul?
Now, it is worth noting that it is a very diverse group out here with races and ages. A lot of the individuals out here did travel to the Ferguson area to participate in these protests. Now, again, it was announced a few minutes ago, I should say, that the peaceful protest was over. Those organizers have left the area, but you can see a lot of people are still hanging out here, but it still remains peaceful. And both city leaders and county leaders hope that it stays that way. And we'll bring you updates as we get them here on KMOV News. For now, live in Ferguson, Ashley Lincoln, News 4.
Okay, Ashley, we'll check in as things change.